Hey everyone, I'm Amber. Paul is outside. We are living the Do Life. Welcome to our channel. So it is really loud in here. We're gonna step outside and I want to show you what Paul did earlier. He's so excited and has wanted this for a long time. Ta-da! He got flags. So today's video is actually related to why he got those flags. In today's video, I'm just doing my normal house stuff. This is a normal day for us, living full-time in our Airstream, in case you didn't know. And I'm gonna share with you what we did that we're so excited about. We actually went to our first Airstream rally. Before we get started with that though, I'm hoping that all of you have been doing well. Paul and I have been staying very busy. It has been raining lately a lot. Today's actually the first day where we've had sun in quite a few days, and we've been taking advantage of that by decorating our newly renovated cove area. If you guys, first of all, the cove area is the old bunk area in our Flying Cloud 30-foot Airstream. And if you want to go back and watch the remodel that we did on the cove area, you can click up here on the link and it'll take you to that video. But anyway, we used the rainy days and we actually did some decorating. Now that the remodel is done, we wanted to actually do some things with our picture wall, and we added a little bit of wallpaper. So if you want to see that video, that one's coming up. Click the bell if you'd like to be reminded of our upcoming videos whenever they come out. So just an FYI before I get started, I am just doing things in the kitchen. We are fixing to take a trip in 2 days. And there are some things I want to do. I like to cook some things ahead, bake some things ahead, and have it ready when it's short trips. And actually the trip that we're about to take is going to be the next video next week, and it's just a little weekend trip, so stay tuned for that as well. But I have a lot to do to prepare, and so while I'm telling you about our first Airstream rally, you're going to see me just moving around in the kitchen. So recently we traveled to Somerville, Texas, specifically the Lake Somerville State Park, for our first Airstream rally. So a little backstory is that Paul and I have been part of the International Airstream Association since 2019, when we first purchased our Airstream. We were still working at the time, and we never actually attended a rally, which was very disappointing. But you know, life happens sometimes and you can't travel, and oftentimes they were pretty far away and I either couldn't get off, or we just didn't have the time, or we were preparing for retirement and we just never did. For those of you who have followed us for a while, and I've said this several times, so I apologize if you've heard it before, but we were supposed to attend the International Rally in Maine this year, but Paul got COVID. We both did at the beginning of the year, and he ended up with COVID pneumonia in both lungs and didn't recover. He seemed to be doing well, but if he exerted himself at all, you know, he just had a hard time. And we ended up, after rescheduling once, but then realizing he wasn't doing as good as we'd hoped, we were very hesitant in leaving the state and going away from our doctors. And so we ended up canceling everything we had scheduled for 2022. So when you become part of the International Airstream Association, you can also become part of your local Airstream chapter, and that's what Paul and I did. We joined the Greater Houston Airstream Club, and they are the ones holding the rally in Somerville, Texas. Here's Paul. Say hi.
Hi.
He stopped. I don't know. What have you been doing outside?
Cleaning my truck out.
Getting ready for the trip?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of the mode that we're in. Anyway, so you can only imagine how excited we were to hear about this Somerville rally, because it's so close to us. It's only a few hours away from where our home base is. And so we signed up immediately, and we're excited to finally go on our first Airstream rally. So we loaded up our 3 dogs and hit the road.
Yeah. I'm everybody's show for today.
Hey, Shar, you ready for a trip? It's okay. Jaxie, Charlotte, Poppy. So one of the things that Paul and I both love is camping anywhere near the water. It could be a pond, a lake, a river, or the ocean. We don't care. We just love camping by water. So the area we were in had a walkway that led right down to the lake. And we were so excited. It's a beautiful little path to walk down. We took Jaxie. Charlotte didn't get to go because when we went to Port Aransas not long ago, and if you want to see that video, you can click at the top and see that one. But she picked up something on the beach that gave her a rash around her mouth, some type of allergy, the vet said, and she is now on her 2nd round of medication to try to get rid of that rash. So we did not want her on the sand or down by the lake at all. And Poppy Joe, the puppy, had just been spayed and microchipped a few days before our trip. So we definitely didn't want her getting wet or dirty down on the sand. So Jaxie got to go all by himself. Take a look at those clips. So most Airstream rallies have a host, and the host organizes all of the activities and everything. This one did not. Paul and I have never been to a rally, so we didn't know the difference, but it is one of the reasons why you won't see a whole bunch of activities in this video of our first rally, but there were a few. So even though there wasn't a host, the president and his wife was there of the Greater Houston Club, and they made sure that everything went along and that we all had fun. But a lot of what we did during this trip was get to know the members of the club, which we had never met, and that was good. I'm kind of glad our first rally wasn't organized, because we were just kind of laid back. We did our own thing and just joined up to visit, basically. But the ladies got together and organized a craft time, which I guess is normal during every rally that's hosted. They went ahead and did it, and we did some little crafts with some little spiders, and it was just a lot of fun to get to know the ladies. The first night that we were there, everyone kind of had dinner on their own. And we were tired because everybody had been traveling to get there and setting up. So that worked out perfectly. But the next night, we all went down to a local restaurant in Somerville, Texas. And it was called Mama's something. I think maybe Mama's Grill and Restaurant or Mama's Restaurant. I'm not sure, but it started with Mama's. So if you get to Somerville, Texas, check them out because hands down, they had the absolute best food. Every one of us, and we had a large group, every single one of us that ordered a variety of things loved their food. And the staff was so pleasant. It was just a really nice experience. The night after that, we had a potluck, so everybody brought food, and there was more food than we could all possibly eat. I don't know how many of us are there. I think there were maybe 14 Airstreams there. Most of those were couples, some had kids. So that was a lot of food. And during this, we actually watched the Astros game, who won and is in the championship. So yeah. And I forgot to say that during that rally, they did have some announcements, talked about the rally that's going to be this month. Now we're in November, and Paul and I are actually attending this rally that we discussed next week. So we are super jazzed about that because this one will actually be a hosted one, and they have a lot of really fun activities planned. So stay tuned for that video. Although we were very sad to leave the rally and our new friends, we were excited because we knew we would see them at the next rally. So it made it a little bit easier. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and come back next week as we share our trip with you to Canton, Texas for the Monday trade days. Take care, everyone. I'll see you later. And don't forget to live simply, dream big, and do life. Love you. Bye.